Um, hello, hi, konnichiwa, ni hao, hola. Other ways of saying hello in other languages. Um, welcome back to another episode of Spinal Taps. Wow. Um, some guy said I needed to make more of these at one point, but it's like it's kind of hard to like do when you're like combine it with like me streaming, and I still do play games, and I still do plan on like doing videos and stuff on that like that, but combine that with like me streaming, so now it's like I get less and less time to do this, because a lot of times my little ramblings end up in the streams themselves, so it's like, and I'm not just gonna cut them, I feel, because then it's like you're watching the same thing twice. I feel I don't know, maybe I could do that, but hi cat. Yeah, we're back, I guess, and here's me talking about mentally ill mentally ill women. That's the topic, by the way. Mentally ill girls. Wow, that's the reason why it's a topic is I had someone in my Discord, which if you're not in, you should join. It's in the description. You should totally join it. We're a really cool group of people. We're really awesome people. You should totally join it. Okay. But someone in my Discord said something. I forget what it was exactly that sort of kickstarted it. I'll probably go look for it and edit it in. But someone had said something, and I had responded with like, people who like fetishize mentally ill girls are like kind of fucking disgusting people and kind of sick. And someone else would they'd ask me, oh, doesn't that just describe you? And it's like, no. And the reason why it sort of aggravated me is because people misconstrue me into that group of people. Where they sort of think I'm like this guy who's like, I love mental, I love mentally ill. I can fix her. It's like I'm not one of those guys. Or hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not one of those guys. If you think I'm like you, I'm not like you. Okay, don't just walk over me like that. You're very aggressive. You're being really aggressive right now. You need to relax. Okay? But yeah, I'm not like them. I'm not like you guys. If there's any of you watching who think I'm like you, you're wrong. I'm nothing like you. We are two different beings on two different spectrums. You want to take advantage of and abuse these women, these girls, these women, these girls, these people. I do not. That's where the difference is. Maybe like, well, Spinal, what are you saying? What are you saying? How are they? Because these people, these freaks, disgusting freaks. Not the women, by the way. The men who fetishize these mentally ill girls. These freaks want to take a vulnerable girl and sort of have complete and utter control and ownership over her. And they sort of want to just hold that over their like heads and stuff, And be like, and they want to try to make themselves, but they want to make themselves out to be like a sort of god to these women. They're very sick individuals, sick and twisted mind. That's like the group of people who say the whole "I can fix her" stuff. And that's already because it's like you can't fix her. To be completely honest with you, you define what fix is, because fix how, define what fix is, but that's that group of people. It seems like there's no actual love for the person themselves or them as a person, but rather the fact that they are sort of a danger to themselves and to you, I guess, sort of, maybe. I think that's how I'd like sort of put it, maybe. I'm saying maybe like it's like I'm struggling to think of the words to describe it. If I find better words, I'll like put it at the end, not the end of the video, but like at the end of me talking about it or like describing it. I'll put it at the end and I'll like write out what I'm trying to say if I can think of better words, but I don't. That's my cat looking at stuff, but I don't know if I can. I think that's how I describe it. It's sort of like they're more than just that, or a person, And you might be like, okay, Spinal, you've listed off these two things, but how do you differ from these people? And I'll be like, okay. And I'll be all like, and I'll be all like, okay, 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 okay. I differ. Hi. I differ in the sense that I don't fit into either of those camps. I do not think I can fix anyone. You know, I don't know if I'd say I could make someone worse. Some people would say I could, because they'd call me an enabler, whatever the hell that means. And I don't want to be seen as like a god to these sort of people, women, girls, people. I don't want to be seen as a god, so I don't fit into that group. Some of them do just want to like fucking have a woman be dependent on them, which is like really fucking to me. I'm not the orbiter of this, because like I'll be the first to say I do not know who decides what is healthy or not, because it cannot be society, because society decided that pedophilia was healthy years ago when we had what was it, like 9-year-old 10-year-olds marrying old ass men, and nobody had to deny about it, you know. So it's like society can't be the orbiter of that, because who's to say for 20 years from now things don't change, you know. Yeah, I don't fit into the group where I like want to be seen as a god and stuff like that, and I don't really think I could fix anyone, you know. I'll explain my motivations behind this, because whenever I get pegged and someone's like, oh, aren't you like fetishizing mentally ill girls? Because you know, you like, oh, you follow girls who cut themselves on Twitter. You're like enabling them. You're like a weirdo. You're like enabling them, and you're like fetishize. It's like, no. Newsflash. To anyone who hasn't been keeping up, which is probably a lot of you, because I doubt very seriously most of you follow me on Twitter. If you want to do that, turn off retweets at your own. I don't really care. Do whatever you want to do. But I don't really care if they stop cutting themselves. You know? And you're like, oh, you're just lying. But it's like, there's this one girl I followed from like, I want to say either 2021 or 2022 up until like either earlier this year or late last year, because she stopped like posting entirely. But like, she went from like doing it a lot. She was dating a girl at that point too, but she was doing it a lot, and then, you know, I lose accounts a lot, so every time I'd make a new account, I'd have to follow her. But she was doing it a lot, and as time went on, she slowly stopped and slowly just like stopped doing it altogether, and she just started posting photos of herself and stuff. And I never once said, "Ah, this isn't fun anymore. Ah, I want to unfollow her." No, I just said, "Oh, I'm happy for her," you know, because that's what it's really about, I think, in my eyes. You know, hell, I follow this one girl on Twitter, and I actively try to get her to stop doing things that are like probably not good for her, such as posting her new body on the internet. But I'm nobody's father, nobody's guardian, so it's not really my like role to step in and do anything about that. All I can really do is sort of just be a helping hand, and that's sort of all I really see myself in it as. You know, and then like people are like, oh, but you're enabling them. And it's like, I'm not really enabling them, because the way I see it is like this. They're gonna do it regardless, you know, regardless of if I'm there or not. They're gonna do it, and to be quite honest with you, I'll say it again: whether they stop or not is not up to me. It's entirely up to them. See, this is why I differ, because all I can do is watch, and if you want, I can be there to talk to and help. But I'm never gonna point myself out or make myself seem like a special guy. I just want to make these people happy. These sometimes sad, lonely, you know, this isn't like to be insulting. Sad, lonely, and somewhat pitiable, you know. It's like I could see sort of I can sort of see a reason to want to interact with them, regardless of all of that, because I think some people just need to be shown that they can still be cared for and wanted and appreciated even when they are doing harm to themselves, because some people cannot fathom the idea of not being an annoying fucking moral orbiter constantly has to nags and be like, oh, don't you know that's bad for you? Don't you know that's bad for you? Why are you doing? You know, it's like I'm not one of those people. Because like the way I see it is this: I care about some of them. I like most of them. They all seem like cool people, cool, awesome people. I wish them all nothing but the best. But I see it like this: I'm not doing it or interacting with these women or anything like that, or any of these people, to be seen as like some sort of god or to be made worse. I see them as an equal in this world, this evil world we live in, and I can relate to some of them and some of their thoughts. And a lot of the time, their existence is it's a bit I guess they've gone through worse stuff than me in life, and you know I can't really say I know how you feel because I don't know how to feel. I've never been through that stuff, but if you need me, you know, I'm there. This is why I say, this is why I like never, whenever someone tells me, oh, you know, I'm gonna like hurt myself, I'm gonna do, you always take it seriously, no matter what, because I don't want these people, I don't want blood on my hands because I was too much of an asshole or too nonchalant to actually show any sort of appreciation or care for them as a person, rather than them as like a fun toy or a bundle of danger. I don't know. I feel like this is a reoccurring thing with these videos is that I feel like I haven't like said anything too prominent or anything like that or anything important, and it's like I feel like I've sort of just been rambling, which is like the point of it, but it's like I feel like I don't get a point across. The point I'm getting across, I'm trying to break it down. I'm not like the people who fetishize mentally ill girls, because I'm not fetishizing them. In fact, I see them as a person, and I'm doing the opposite. Rather than making them a toy, I'm making myself a toy, because I'm allowing them to get a sense of control and authority and do whatever they want, you know, to you know, do whatever they want. I wanna help them be happy, you know, because whether it's today, tonight, or tomorrow, I'd rather they at least, you know, happiness a bit, I think. And if I can bring even the smallest amount of happiness to someone by doing something to myself or anything of the sort, or being there for them, or doing anything really, it's like I'd rather that, you know. I'd rather that. Like I always say, sometimes life's not always about you, and you can't always be the main character, and you can't always do the good things. Sometimes you're gonna be the guy who has to take the fall and take an L or get hurt, and all of these things, you know. Just do it as it comes, you know. People try to tell me that's one guy said it's a while that he's like, my biggest fear for Spinal is that he's gonna get some like BPD mentally ill girlfriend or whatever, and she's gonna like abuse him. And in my head, I say to myself, as long as she's happy, is it really that bad? Because that's what I sort of mean. I'm a virtuous person. Okay? I'm sacrificing my autonomy, free will, and whatever else you want, dignity, all of that, to make you happy. Because I care about you. And making you happy is pretty cool. So even if it hurts me, it made you happy. So that was kind of worth it. I think that's what I wanted to say. I think I've got my point across. So I think I'm gonna end it here. Okay. So I finished recording that first take or whatever you call it. I spent about a couple minutes thinking about it. I think I've come up with a sort of way to explain it. the way I sort of view it, at least in my eyes, and why I'm different from those types of people. And essentially, the way I wear it is this: if you show me a girl who is mentally ill, rather than me seeing her as something to be like used or owned or like help boost my own ego or anything like that, I just see them as a girl. That's how I think I'm gonna be worded, and I thought about this. But I just see them as a girl. Girl. G-U-R-L, by the way. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that I see them as a person first, and to be honest with you, the mental illness is sort of like a secondary thing. I don't really, because the way I'm trying to word it is like this. There are people who do that thing where it's like, oh, you might want to be careful with that one, you know. It's a lot of shit people say, and I think the best way to go about it is just to see them as you see them as a person, and you deal with things as they go. Is how I say it, you know? Because that's just the only way you can live. You can't really do much about it. Like I said, you can't really do much about it. Just be there when they need, if need be. Treat them as if you would treat a regular friend, and just mind your business, I guess. Don't be a nagging forgot I can't say that word. Don't be a nagging loser about everything. Just be a good person, be a good friend. It's not that hard to do. You know, showing even the slightest bit of kindness is a lot for some people, and it means a lot to some people, and it's not that hard to do. And I think that's what I aim to like do. Is that regardless of like who I interact with or anything of the sort, or any persons, like regardless of anything they, I try to like treat them the same, because that small amount of kindness can mean the world to them, you know? Or it could be something they remember, or something that makes them go, hey, it could be anything to them. And I think that's sort of why I'm also self-sacrificial about this, I guess. Because it's like, people be like, oh, wait, but it's just like, I don't really think I'm hot shit or anything, to be honest with you. I'm just a guy, so if I can help out in any way possible, it's fine by me, even if it's like a quote-unquote not healthy way. It's like, I'm just happy to be here. As long as you're happy, and as long as you're happy, I'm just happy to be here. Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. It's your own life, your own body, and all that. Even if it's not good, it's not good for you, but like, I'm not gonna nag you about it. And if you want to do it in a way that sort of isn't like bad for you, do whatever bad thing you want to do to me, I guess. Just don't kill me. That would really suck. Don't kill me. That would suck. But it's like, because some people take it out on themselves. Don't take it out on yourself. If you want something to take it out on, just take it out on me. You're like, why are you? Well, I'm saying that because it's just like I said, I don't see myself as much. So it's like, it's not gonna matter much. It's like, what if I do this? I'm at least letting someone like vent out their frustration and get out of that and be happy or whatever. So it's like, I'm fine with it. It is what it is, But I think that's really the only thing I have to say towards adding this bit on. I don't know which part I'm keeping at the moment, but yeah, that's all editing Spinal has to say to add on to anything. They are just people to me, and I'd like to help them in any way I can, I think is how I'd word it. So yeah, that's it. I'm just buying time for a bit. Okay, yep, that's bye. Thanks for watching. Like the video, please. If you aren't subscribed, you should subscribe. I try to stream. I've got like a job and stuff, so now I haven't streamed as often, but I try to stream pretty often and all of that. But I stream. I'm still gonna upload videos of me playing games. I have to just get around to recording the audio for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I've been playing that a bit, but it's like I'm doing post commentary for that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a comment telling me why. If you hate me, leave a comment telling me why. If you think I'm a retard or a hypocrite, tell me why in the comments. Leave a comment if you have any real disagreement with me. If you have no real disagreement with me, then just like the video. Okay, goodbye. See you whenever I see you again. Goodbye.
This day I'm looking around, figure out since my fall, I still a story time.